Hey everyone, it's Kai, and one question that people have been asking now is it worth it to buy any product anymore? Like, Overdress announced in May means that it's going to be a hard reboot as well. Basically, everything in January, February, March, and April, that's just going to be irrelevant because it gets rotated. It's D time, bro. It's no more V time. And there's still a lot of product, right? You look at in January, we've got Twinkle Melody and Vainly Sanctuary. That just came out a couple of days ago. In February, we've got the clan selection. March, we've got Bane Dream. And then April, again, we've got clan selection too. And in Japan, their timeline is even more awkward, right? Because their stuff comes out earlier. I think even some shops and Bushiroad themselves have said you can cancel the clan selections if you really want to, and with no penalty. So yeah, everyone's just going, what's the point, right? What's the point? It's gonna be D time, man. Now, one thing to consider is that January to April, all this stuff, it's still quite a long time. I mean, we've got like 5 days left in January before, but it's still like 3 months. It's still 3 months before, or at least maybe a bit more than 3 months before we get to play with any of the new start decks. And they haven't released any cards as well, so if you really wanted to proxy this new stuff, at least anything from the start deck, you can. There's just nothing to go on. The only thing we've really seen is over triggers. That's just one card. I mean, you could put that in your deck, a premium deck, and kind of start testing like that, but there's still a long ways out before anything actually changes. So if you really wanted to play any tournaments, then you're still playing in the V time. And I know some people like to grind tournaments still, like their locals. You can grind, like you can win locals, maybe you get some store credit that you can use for buying the D stuff, I guess, and save it. So I mean, that's like a no-brainer, right? You probably want to buy some Twinkle Melody, like Plawn, build Plawn or anything like that. I mean, if you have a Gavril deck, go with that, or if you just want to play Royal Paladins, you still have a lot of time before then. So buying stuff now to like play, knowing that like Twinkle Melody does contain some very, very strong decks, and I mean, we've seen some of the clan selection stuff. Some of it's like a hit and miss. So there's still a lot of time. And one thing that you have to know is that even if you spend some of your money now, of course, if you don't have any money, then you can't spend it. But I'm assuming we're coming from a perspective where you do have some money to spend. You still have 3 months to save up stuff. And then when May comes, these start decks, remember, are very, very cheap. So you can buy them for 4 USD. And then when Genesis of the 5 Greats, this is going to be the big one, right? The booster pack. That's when everything's going to get real. And you're going to be going, I better save money for that. You have to remember, this is going to be a very, very cracked pack because it's the first set of a totally new rotation of pretty much a fresh state of the game, right? And people crack, like stores crack so much stuff of the first set that it's going to be very, very affordable. It's like, just think about when V just got rebooted. Lots of sales, everyone just keeps on cracking that set, and I'm sure that Bushiroad also understands that this is going to be a hugely cracked set. Just from the reactions and overall game plan they're going with Overdress. They're going to go with cheap starter decks, which try to get as many people into the game as possible and trying to consolidate that with really good sales. So stores overall will be cracking a lot of this stuff. There's going to be a lot of product floating around, and cards should be cheap. Now, I'm not like Nostradamus or anything like that. I can't just tell you cards will be cheap. They will be so cheap, you can spend as much money now, and your triple R will cost $3. No, I don't know that. They'll probably at least be a bit more expensive, but compared to what we've been seeing in the last few booster packs, these cards will be cheap, right? These cards will highly likely be cheap unless they say some stupid ratio where the triple R is only like 1 per card in or 1 per booster pack. Then things might change. So keep an eye out for the just keep an eye out for, like, I guess the what you call it, the set distribution, or just the distribution of cards, because that might change. But usually, again, with Bushiroad product, all of their rarities and stuff are set within the carton, so you'll definitely get at least like 2 places of each, blah blah, for example. So when that happens, then usually card prices remain similarly priced, right? Now, judging from these sets, though, if you're a big V fan, you have to consider that, yes, Springfest, they said, will be coming sometime in May, and they will be supporting every single format. So V, of course, is still supported, and if, well, just an idea, right? If people are thinking the same thing, where they don't want to buy product, shops are refunding stock, or refunding orders, then a lot of these cards are gonna be in very, very short supply. Now, I'm gonna start off with something. Bang Dream, right? Bang Dream. This is gonna be just like a super hit and miss set. If you're a Bang Dream fan, you're probably gonna get into it. If your friend is a Bang Dream fan, then sure, they'll probably buy it, and you can all play Bang Dream together. It's gonna be not great compared to everything else that is coming out. So if you are an already avid Cardfight Vanguard collector or player, I mean, then you might want to skip Bang Dream. But if you're a collector and want to collect everything, then you have no choice, right? But things like Clan Selection Plus, Twinkle Melody, and Valiant Sanctuary, if people don't buy any of this product, it's gonna be very hard to get. And knowing, you guys know, Bushiroad's like reprint policy is like no, right? They don't reprint much. And in terms of stock or like supply, if no one's buying them, then there's not going to be a lot of supply. So if these cards are going to be very relevant, like in the clan selections, we're getting the promos, and some of the grade 1s and 2s are very, very good for the clan. If you're missing them, it's going to be a very hard time to get them. And I mean, with the build of clan selection, the idea is just one guy buys like, or a group of people buy four clan selections to get a playset, because it comes with one of every single card from it. So a lot of people will just be hanging on to the 4 they have. They're just going to get one place, and they're not going to open more. So if coming into May, if you want to join a V tournament, or you want to join like Springfest, and you didn't buy what you need here, then you might get in some problems. Same thing with Premium as well. If there are some cards that you actually need for Premium, and you're skipping out here, then when Premium rolls around and you want to play that, you might be missing some really, really important cards. I mean, when we look at like June, right, there's a Festival Collection 2021 for June. We don't really know what that is. Usually Festival Collections are reprints, but it doesn't make any sense because Festival Collection will only be reprinting the D stuff here, right? So unless it's a Festival Collection for other cards, then it just doesn't really make sense, right? Because it's a D product. Again, Booster Pack 2 comes out for D there. So there's really nothing coming along except for V Collection 3 that they haven't really decided what's happening with that yet. And then they've got like a premium product here in August, right? But apparently Springfest, they're targeting somewhere around this time in May. So yeah, if you don't have your V product by then, it might actually be tough for you to get what you need. Of course, a lot of people might also be quitting, so you could get their V product then. But I mean, the people are probably quitting, are like quitting now. So they won't really have any of this clan selection product. So it might be prudent for you to just get your playset of clan selection. If you really want Twinkle Melody, if you're a Bermuda player, then go for it. Or if you really want to play strong Bermuda decks, then get the Twinkle Melody. And then, I mean, Valiant Sanctuary, pretty much if you're a Royal Paladin fan. I don't really, like, the thing is, Radiant Sanctuary doesn't really have much of an impact apart from the local level. In terms of, like, a big tournament level, nothing really showed up. In terms of premium, Royals really isn't the thing in premium, but I guess, you know, casual premium is fine. And Valiant Sanctuary technically isn't a great investment. It's like $75 or so, or just a reasonable price for just a set that you just need, like Royal Paladin might need. So if you just do that, and it's coming out in January. Well, it's out already, so you have 3 months to save for your start decks and push rate. So yeah, just keep in mind that if there likely will be some sort of shortage for clan selection, just because people will be not willing to invest. And then if you really want that V product, then it might be tough for you to get that. And then just keep in mind that the new D stuff, especially the first set, will be relatively affordable, just because there's going to be so many people playing. That's just the key points that you need to get, the cliff notes. That's it for me. Let me know if you guys are still playing V, if you're stuck in, I guess, Virus Land, then I guess there's not much playing on. But yeah, even if you are, Springfest will be online. This is what they announced, so you'll still be able to play stuff. So yeah, that's it for me. I'll see you guys later. Bye.